Welcome back. This is Detox of Peria Screen. Today I'm Mr. Ilay Kumar here. Hi.
Yeah, hi Dipan.
So, Mr. Ilay Kumar, actually the Dravida Talam have knocked the doors of the collector of Tripur on removing the name of caste in education institutions. Recently, I think in April 16th, the Madras High Court would have given a judgment to remove caste names educational institutions particularly. So, what's your take on it? Actually, there's been a long-lasting demand for it, even in times of Periyar demanded it and removing the caste names from commercial brands too. Now, even though after such protests, such a situation still continuing, we have seen Agraharam or Iyengar bakeries over there and caste names Konar, Nadar, over, yeah, all over Tamil Nadu, not in Chennai, but all over Tamil Nadu, yes, there still exists some kind of brands like that. So, removing the caste name in education institutions, do you think it's more important than removing the commercial names?
Yeah, I think historically when we see that, we say about Brahmanal Cafe removing that name was a huge protest, and whereas the time court's been supportive to them as well. Now you see that court has given an order. So similarly, we can see that when Anna became chief minister of Tamil Nadu, then he brought a government order that saying. Nobody should use their religious identity in the government offices, like using portraits of God and this and all. So similarly, now we got a chance that in a way we are working in the field. We are trying to bring a social change. We are talking to different people to give away their caste pride and working towards eradicating caste as a social reform movement. And similarly, now this is a add-on to us. I mean, like legally, there is a support system for us. This speciality of this judgment is it is not only limited to removing the caste names in the schools or colleges per se educational institutions, whereas it also deals with the if somebody is not removing, then they're saying that you take back the approval which you gave, I mean, to the government, they are saying. And in a way they are also suggesting that if the students, some school or college get their approval taken back, government's approval taken back, then these students should be sent to the nearby schools or colleges. So this is very clear cut judgment which is favoring the social reform movements, and in a way that Dravida Talam in Tirupur has taken such initiative, and all other movements should join this, in a way to ensure to implement this judgment in real time.
Yeah, I think that's very true too. But there has been a different side of a coin too. In some parts of the city, yeah, even in Chennai too, there are some schools named as Adi Dravida welfare schools, which have been benefiting the peoples over the scheduled community peoples over there in Chennai. Even my grandfather was a beneficiary of such an education institutions. So, do you think removing such kind of names, what good is going to give? Some institutions and private institutions may have such names. We have seen Nadar schools, Chettiar schools, but removing a scheduled community name is also much relevant. But it's been Adi Dravida is not a caste name directly, but removing such names too. Do you think that's much needed?
You see that prior to the first self-respect conference, a lot of people had their caste name behind their own name. There's a second name. When we come out of Tamil Nadu, then we get to know about the second name behind somebody, which categorically follows Manusmriti. A particular surname is for a particular caste. So this we have already discussed also when the uh, Tamil Nadu Chief Minister announced removing the term colony from public usage and the government orders. So similar kind of thing only now we are also seeing here. Like so that was a time historically when these educational institutions being established by certain people who formed the caste association, whereas they looked into there are several welfare schools as well run by caste association, might be those days, or somebody donated a huge land or gave money for that matter. It takes a change every time. Like this all happened historically. Those days it might be not wrong one, but now we are witnessing that. So similarly, when the term Adi Dravida was given by the Madras Assembly when the resolutions passed, then that time it was an argument that bringing all the scheduled caste under a umbrella term instead of calling them with a different identities like based on their caste jobs, like somebody beating drums, then they have been called as pariahs. Similarly, lot of 70 more than 70 castes are there in scheduled caste who engage in different caste jobs. So to bring them in under umbrella term, this Adi Dravida has been used. Now instead of that, we can give a general name, or the leaders of anti-caste leaders, we can give the name, and it can be funded by any ministry, particular welfare ministry. And as far as welfare measurement is concerned, that we have no restriction to that.
Yeah.
This is of a matter of identity, the name, how you are identifying certain school, and it is not the matter of proud. Okay, our caste is running this, or so and so with this, or it's a lower caste school or upper caste school. Not that matter. See, in this case, a lot of people may come with a different question that court is saying that don't follow any caste name in the school name, and similarly, the anti-caste movements like Dravidian Platform or Dravida Kalagam tomorrow will say the same. Now we are demanding the same, and somebody will come up with a question that why are you asking caste certificate in classroom to the student? So these arguments are there. When it comes to the welfare measure, when it comes to the affirmative action, when it comes to the matter of reservation, there we are compensating the historical injustice done by the Brahminical society, you know, the which challenges ultimately the Brahmin monopoly in education and employment. In that matter, we need that. We otherwise also we know that people by place where they live, or whose son is who, whose daughter is who, they know that very well. And this particular matter is that all the educational institutions should come forward and give away their caste names. You know, that would be the right one. It is our duty as the anti-caste movement to push forward this, so that the government also will, you know, take a necessary step immediately. And if once the government announces that, then I think the issues are resolved then.
Yeah. So first of all, we should thank Dravida Talam to make such an initiative to move to authorities and highlight the issue of removal of caste names in educational institutions, even, and they're highlighting the recent Madras High Court judgment too. And it's been a issue which we haven't addressed in recent times. There have been brand names too in the name of caste. For example, there are Iyengar bakeries and other Nadar and Konas things too. I think we should address and extend this protest to remove of that names too. And by removing the caste name, I think one day, very soon, I think we'll forget the identity of the caste and move on to the greater good. Thank you.